GIFs can be useful on websites when you want an animation to play and even loop automatically without the viewer needing to hit play. When you're working with GIFs, you'll want to make your file size small enough that your animation loads and plays smoothly, but you'll also still want your animation to look good. So the goal is to find the right balance between quality and file size. Here are some of the things to keep in mind. First, the longer the animation, the bigger the file size. The greater the dimensions, or in other words, the more pixels, the greater the file size. Also, the greater the frame rate, the bigger the file size. I like to use 30 frames per second for animations rendered as video files. If I have a GIF that's short, I'll stay at 30 frames per second because I like the smooth look this produces. But if my GIF is longer, or if I want it to look more choppy, cartoony, or handmade, I'll use 15 frames per second. The more colors in your animation, the bigger the GIF file. When you export your GIF through either Photoshop or the plugin GIF Gun, you'll get a choice for the number of colors to include in the final file. If you choose a smaller number of colors than are actually in your animation, your GIF won't look very good. So it's best to work with a limited color palette when you're working with GIFs. Along those same lines, gradients, glows, blurs, and animating the opacity of something will require more colors. Every shade of a color counts as a different color. Usually these effects don't look very good in GIFs, so I generally try to avoid them if I can. Textures will also add more colors to your GIF. So flat design is really where it's at for GIFs. The more complexity and movement in your animation, the bigger the GIF file will be. You can think of it as how much each pixel is changing. If you have a solid background where a big portion of the pixels are not changing, your file will be smaller than if you have a background where a lot or all of the pixels are changing often. And notice how both of these GIFs have the same number of colors. So basically, aim for simplicity when working with GIFs. I cover 3 ways to export GIFs from After Effects in this video, and if you want to learn more about creating seamlessly looping animations, check out this class. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy animating!